प्रेम से बोलो वृंदावन बिहारी लाल की जय श्री आदि शक्ति माता की जय Sitaram everybody. Tonight as we begin our first session of our Devi Bhagwat Gyaan Yagna, we here at the Ashram, Sri Krishna Seva Ashram, located in Princess Town Village in Trinidad. We are going to spend some time starting tonight dealing with Devi as we understand Mother a little more. The purpose of the Yagya is to reach people who may be, whether in hospice, hospital, people who can't step out of home, people who are, for whatever reason, restricted, and maybe they don't have the option of going to the mandir. Maybe where they live, there is no mandir. In Trinidad, as in other parts of the world, crime is a major scourge. And many devotees had mentioned, they would like if some reading, some teaching, something could be done in the virtual sense, so that wherever they are, they could still follow along or benefit from Mother's prayer, Mother worship. That was the thinking behind tonight. And this yagya, there are many people, first responders, people who are on the job, the police, the nurses, the doctors, people who are out there, the security guards that are watching over different compounds, places, and they are robbed of the opportunity to gather in places of worship, to see the Murti, to listen to Mother's glory, to get her grace. And for that reason, allow us tonight to join together as we enter, firstly tonight, in Devi Bhagwat. Tonight we enter into a topic that sometimes go beyond a person's understanding because they're confused by the word Prakriti. Prakriti. As a Sanatanist, Sanatan Dharma is our belief, the eternal principles that guide our daily life. Somebody says Prakriti, you hear about this in different texts. What does that mean? And in it, we'll come across some concepts, and this is why we're talking about it tonight. We'll come across some concepts to understand our mother a little bit. Because we hear Lakshmi, Saraswati, Durga, we hear about so many Devis, so many names. As people are learning more and more about our mothers, people are understanding through your YouTube, through your different platforms in your social media, you're going to you're hearing Chandraganti, Skanmata, Siddhadatri Mata, and so many names that you hear. Sometimes people say, why is it that Hindus have so many gods? Where are all these gods? If God live in the sky, figuratively in the sky, where are these millions and millions, so many names? Prakriti. Prakriti is the answer there. The knowledge of this concept, the knowledge of this terminology, to understand your God a little bit. And it is an aim, it is being done, our conversation, as a means to counteract the ignorance that is prevalent in these times, ignorance that is prevalent in Kali Yuga on the whole. Meaning, I do puja, I believe in God, but I don't understand God. I don't understand as a Hindu what we practice, why we practice. For example, we all do puja, and we've seen the parai with the rice, dan, or whichever you use in different cultures. They might put a mung, they might put urdi grains, but grains nonetheless. And somebody says, I've seen you do this thing, different culture, different race, religion. Could you tell me why you do it? What is the significance of this offering? And sometimes, truthfully, ignorance is when you do not know. My mother told me to do that, so I did that. My pandit told me to do it, so I did that. Gyaan Yagya is when we are touching the topic of knowledge, not gossip, not wasteful speech, not distracted speech, but truly knowledge. So that when you walk away, your knowledge of, in this case, the Devi, must improve. That is my objective tonight. As we get ready to begin, let's begin very simple with some prayer. Put your hands together wherever you are And let's join together as we do simple mantras, as we pray to God in different forms, as we want to do the glory of Mother tonight. Om Gajananam Bhutganadisevitam Kapet Jambu Palachar Bhakshitam Umasutam Sho Kavinashkarakam Namami Viganeshwara Bharapankajam Sarvamangal Mangalye Shive Sarvart Sadhike Sharanye Trayambike Gauri Narayani Namostute. Om Namo Divyai Mahadivyai Shivaya Satatam Namaha Nama Prakritye Bhadraye Nityaya Prantaha Samataham Raudraya Namo Nitya Gauryari Datre Namo Nama Durgaya Durgaparaya Saraya Sarvakarinin Khayatya Tathaiva Krishnaya Datra Satatam Nama. You know this prayer. Let's go together. I'm reading from MahaPuran in the Chandi part. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Vishnu Maiti Shabdita Namastasye 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 Namo Nama Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhi Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Nama Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shri Nidra Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Nama. Try your best and hold your focus. See that mother in your mind and call out to her as we are saying these prayers. Mother, you are the one that gives me the ability to sleep. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shama Rupena Samstita. Mother, you are the ability. You give me the sensation, the possibility to forgive. Namastasye, 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 Namo Nama. One last one. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Nama. Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. It is my observation that people are very intrigued and interested in their puja. Young people today, it is as if we are having a renaissance in our religion, in our dharma. Throughout the world, people are motivated to pray. People are looking for God. Maybe it's the climate, maybe it's the economy, maybe it's the health, things like the pandemic, the silent wave of COVID attacks that is going on globally, that is happening. People are sick in little pockets wherever you go. Maybe life is causing people to pray. People are looking for answers. People are searching for mother. Some go to India, some go in their prayer room. Some go with their dar, some go with their diya, some go with just their hands. When you look at the news and you see war, turbulation, conflict, death. Only this morning I was watching news, and with the war that's going on in the Middle East, children, newborn babies in hospitals. People went to hide the conflict, running from aggressors, and they were hiding in neutral spots where hospitals are supposed to be left out of the fight, where hospital is supposed to be respected. By accident, or so they claim, by accident, people were destroyed. This thing that we as Sanatanists refer to as Kali Yuga is a very vast topic. But it does show that there is an onslaught. You know, when Christian says, when unrighteousness is on the incline and righteousness is being suppressed, I come. But it bears to think how bad, how much unrighteousness has to escalate before we see some change, before we see some divine intervention. Before that comes, me and you, we have to help ourselves. We have to get down and pray. And it is happening. There is a need, in other words. And as an onlooker, as an observer, I could see that, you know, there are those that, I guess, there isn't enough trouble for some people to pray. And it reminds me of a discourse where Vashish Muni, Guru of Shriram, says, you know, he wants to learn about the Shakti method, the Devi worship. And Vashish Muni becomes a most eloquent proponent of Devi's worship and Devi's prayer. And he says that I have mastered Vishnu's prayer, I've mastered Shiva's prayer, but I did not know her worship. And at one point he becomes so apt in honing his skills in prayer that Mother does appear to him to bless him. And he says, Ma, what to ask for? If my bhakti, if my devotion, if my sadhana ever drops, simple language for children to understand tonight, everybody, please pull me up. And Mother, smiling, tells him, Muni, I promise I will take different forms and I will give you trouble. So you could put yourself in that situation. You finally see God after all your tribulation and prayers. And God come up to say, you know what, I will take special forms to give you trouble. So Muni was very confused, to put it lightly. And he says, Ma, I've been praying here. I did everything. I followed the rules. I did all the regiments, fasting without water, food, stuff, etc. And you're telling me the first thing you want to do is to punish me, give me trouble. She says, well, son, based on what you asked for, to improve your bhakti, your devotion, she says, if some people don't have trouble, they'll never pray. Now, in my life, I've come across all walks of life, all types of people. And in thinking about this thought, coming to talk to you this evening, I remember somebody said that to me. I'm a millionaire. I have everything. Why am I praying? I have everything. What do I need, Pandit? Some people pray only when there's a need or a trouble. When things are good, no time for that, no need for that. So, a concept that is unique to Hinduism, there is no devil in Hinduism. I don't know if you ever thought about this, but in normal parlance, in normal talking, we all love to say the devil is a busy man. The devil, you know, he's a bad guy. With the understanding from Christianity, God gives good and the devil gives bad. Bad moments, bad luck, etc. But in Hinduism, Durga becomes the parent. Just like in your home. When your child does good, you reward. And then when your child lets you down or does something substandard, you have to become the disciplinarian. You have to become the person who admonishes. Because if you don't, you're setting a very bad standard. Anything could go. Anything could happen. Well, if mommy allowed that, mommy will allow this, for example. So discipline becomes very core, at the core, to our dharma. A person has to sit properly when praying, dress properly, just a couple of examples. Fast properly. A person conducts themselves with a certain amount of stability mentally, internally, externally, discipline. In these little examples for children to understand. But Mother represents discipline. And with that discipline internally, externally, a person can visualize, realize, and find God. see God in their life, see the change, then see the presence of that divinity in life. And we are all in our own way at different levels on some form of spiritual journey. Some are at the beginning, some midway, and some have been through the journey and getting ready for that mukti stage. They have a different understanding of God, knowledge, a different patience, a different tolerance, a different drishti or vision in terms of how they look at life, time, people, in terms of race, religion, etc. A certain maturity, you could say. However, in doing mother's worship, let us be very cautious that we are not getting distracted. And this is one of the things I wanted to talk about with you tonight. It is my observation that people get so distracted. My murti is 6 feet marble, Pandit. My murti is a little murti, so my big murti is better than your murti. It is as if the murti is the end all of mother. Oh, we bought a beautiful murti from abroad and we brought it in for the Utsav, for the celebration of Navrat, and we're going to have a wonderful Visarjan. And with this ego, are you really worshipping mother or are you worshipping the murti? It is as if you are limited. There are some people, my method of worshipping, I break coconut. Some people say they offer the bakri or the goat blood sacrifice. My method is better than your method. And we get into a tit for tat like children. Durga, on the other hand, is saying that I accept everything. I'm your mother, and I accept you. If you have plenty, mantra hinam, kriya hinam, if you know plenty, or if you don't know plenty. If you could talk to me, if you can't talk to me, I will take you. But bear in mind, I guess, look at yourself. If somebody come and say, could you do me a favor? I want you to do me a favor. And then somebody says, Ma, I buy this for you. I went in the city today and I buy this for you and I love you. Could you help me? In the mannerism, with the attitude, with the approach, you surely could see you get a different outcome from anybody. And likewise, we practice that in our bhakti, in our sadhana, in everything that we do, in our approach. You look at your mode, you look at your attitude, you look at your modus or your motive. Why are you doing what you're doing? Let's say you're doing a job, a fasting, a vrat. What is the purpose behind it? There are people that could pray for help. Dear God, please grant peace in this world. Dear God, you see all people of that race, all people of that ethnicity, all people of that gender, all people of that sexuality, they are bad. Destroy them. Same prayer, same God. But look at the mode or the purpose behind the prayer. And then you'll hear somebody say, well, I was in prayer all day. But is it sattvic prayer, to use a fancy word, or is it tamasic prayer? What is the quality of your prayer? Tonight, we are reading from Canto or book, let me use that word, book 9, chapter 1 of Devi Bhagwat Puran. In this section, Lord Vishnu is talking to Narad Muni. Janmijay is listening to Ved Vyas. Devi Bhagwat Puran is a compilation of a conversation between the son of Maharaj Parikshit. Maharaj Parikshit is the grandson of Arjun, family-wise, historically, and his son, when Parikshit had died, Janmijay had committed all type of atrocities, hate crimes, genocide against snakes. He had focused on this form of life and he killed them a lot. He really went off. He went mental. And he started to kill as he blamed them for the death of his father. And his guru had to come and talk to him. He said at the beginning of Devi Bhagwat, he said, do you think by doing bad you are helping the soul of your father? God puts you in his life as a son to help the soul of your parents. You, by doing good, you uplift without saying pindan, sapindan, tarpan, and all that fancy words. Just by doing good. Did you know that? It is a belief, a tenet of Sanatan Dharma, that when you do good, who gets the credit? Your parents. You could be 75 years old giving charity. And as a Sanatanists, we believe that, you know what? Your old father, old mother, wherever the souls are, they're still reaping the reward because you are still, let me say, John Doe's son. They are not here, but they reap that reward for all that you do. So he says to him, he says, instead of you're doing good with the life you have, you're doing bad. Will you help your father? And then he realizes the wrong. And Jan Vijay says, Guruji, I want a tone. I want a tone for the mystics. So they sat down and they had a conversation, replying and relying on the story of Devi and her discourses to purify the history of Jan Vijay and by and large his father. So in the different books of Devi Bhagwat, discussions have happened with the coming of Krishna, Sri Ram doing Navratri, when you have the different Navratri, what is Navratri, who does Navratri Brat, how does the puja have to look, how does Kanyakumari puja look, etc. Who are these Devis? In book 9, we're going to understand what is Prakriti. This is the chapter, this is the book that deals with mother and her forms and why these things are here. And it goes to show that God is one. Please remember this. God is one. Sometimes we get distracted and we get confused, maybe, I would say, because of all the names. And on the 9 days of Navratri, the colors, the flags, you have different names and different flag colors, and it could be overwhelming. And I want to understand it. Let's hear, just in the same breath, Narad Muni tells Lord Vishnu, as Jan Vijay is listening, Vedvya says, at one point Narad Muni wanted to understand mother a little more. He did not understand the purpose of all these forms that she has. He did not understand her true nature. How do I see mother? Where does mother exist? I'm a devotee, I'm a Shakti person, as we say. I practice the Shaktiism, I practice the Shakti part, the Kula part, for those of you who know what I'm talking about. But I don't know mother. Honestly, I feel mother only lives here. This is mother, this is my mother, this is my mother, this is it. Tonight I want you to be very clear with yourself, because we could sit down and read about Rakta beads and Mahisasur and Kali Mata and Chanda Munda on the battlefield, and we're going down the road. But I don't understand my mother. I'm not touching too much on Navratri tonight. Understand where I'm coming from? We've done that. Every pundit is reading about Navratri right now, and you know it. 9 nights of battle that happen. It's a memorial. When does it happen, for example? And you've seen it. When there's a change in season, when the season is changing. In India, for example, it have four seasons, it have 4 Navratri. In Trinidad, for example, it have 2 seasons. Well, hopefully 2 seasons, because sometimes when you're expecting rain is sun and sun is rain, etc. You have 2 Navratri. Why then? Because in the changing of the season, you have a lot of sickness, viral infection. People start to get sick. People start to die. So in this time, Mother, bless us to be able to cross the season safely, protect life. Somebody said, why are we offering all this dar? I went to do puja the other day in Felicity. And so my mother made one big bucket of dar. Those of you looking on, I don't know where you're watching me from, but please send me a message. Post, like, share the satsang. But tell me, you ever see people go to offer dar after their Durga Puja and a big bucket of dar, and everybody in the house is offering arg or jal or dar, whatsoever? Why? Because there's a predominance of sickness in this time. And we want safe passage, Mother. Please bless us to overcome the potential of sickness. Bless us to be okay. Tonight, Jan Vijay, he says, could you tell me about the questions that Narad Muni asked Lord Vishnu? Let's join together in these slokas. Now, bear in mind, I am making sure, don't mind is online. I am still reading the sloks of the text, by listening to the words of our text, is where the Bardan, the blessings come from. Sing with me a little bit as we do a couple of verses before we continue. Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam. Where you are, sing with me. For those of you on the job, for those of you thieving a moment, not while you're driving, behave, but listen on. Jaya Bole Baba Tab Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tava Sharanam. Somebody send me a message. Are you hearing me properly? Is it singing okay? Jaya Bole Baba Tava Sharanam. Jaya Bole Baba Tava Sharanam. Jaya Bole Baba Tava Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tava Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tava Sharanam. Ganesh Janani Durga Radha Lakshmi Saraswati Savitri Cha Shrishti Vidyo Prakriti Pancha Smriti Devi Smriti Ye Natam Avir Bhuva Samkenaka Kasa Gyanina Varaha Kinvatu Lakshana Sudha Vaibhava Pancha Kamatam Sarvasya Charita Puji Vidyan Guna Guna Ye Iti Ye Satah Avatara Kutra Ye Kasya Snana Meva Vyapitam Jaya Bhole Baba Tav Sharanam. Everybody, Bhole Baba Tav Sharanam. Jaya Bhole Baba Tav Sharanam. Jaya Bhole Baba Tav Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tav Sharanam. Jaya Samba Sada Shiva Tav Sharanam. Shri Umapati Mahadeva Ki Jai. Tonight, listen good. If your concept, and this is for you, this is me and you, one-on-one, let us not get distracted with anything else. Make sure you follow me. Where is Mother? Who? What is this Prakriti? The highest, Mahavishnu says the highest Prakriti is, she is recognized in 5 forms. She is engaged in the work, of the creation, maintaining and playing, molding, manipulating, twisting and turning. We can get to it, don't worry. This creation in 5 forms. These 5 forms: Durga, the mother of Ganesh. Ganesh Janani is how he's referring to her here. Radha Devi, Lakshmi Devi, Saraswati Devi, Savitri Devi. These forms are the forms that Mother takes to manage the creation. Narad Muni was very confused by this. Very confused. Oh best of Gyani, Mahavishnu, what is this word that you are talking about, Prakriti? What is that? Who is that? Whether she is one of intelligence or matter, meaning is she only mental energy or is she only physical, like rocks and stones, atoms, matter, solid, liquid, gas for my school children? Why did she manifest herself? Why does she reveal herself in these 5 forms? What are her characteristics? This is a key word, because as we progress tonight in this short discourse, I want you to understand the features of Mother. If somebody says to you, where does your Devi live? Somebody will say, well, in the mandir, she looks so wonderful in that red sari. She holds the mukdar, the Sudarshan chakra, the Trishul. Mother is standing and she's smiling. Kali Mata has the cleaver. Saraswati Mata has the veena. Lakshmi Mata is the diya. That is where Mother lives for many people. Tonight, listen to what Narad is about to learn. And me and you are going to learn from his lesson that Lord Vishnu is giving him. Now, thou has to describe, Lord Vishnu, describe for everybody who's alive, everybody who's listening, describe the mode of her worship, the fruits that could be accrued by doing the Prakriti worship. Please inform me of the different forms this Prakriti has split, has gone into, has endeavored into. Where does she live? Where could I see her? Please narrate to me, O Mahavishnu, the truth behind these things. No, tonight I want to call out, you see, the people who have a prejudice. Some people love Saraswati Lakshmi. I grew up doing Saraswati prayers when we used to do prayers long time. How it used to go? Friday was Lakshmi. I forgot what my grandmother used to say. Lakshmi, Durga, I don't want to mispronounce. Somebody on the live say it now. Not Saraswati. We just say Saraswati now. Saraswati Puja. My mother used to trouble she mother over that, my nanny. Saraswati Puja. Wrote and Katha and Surge Puran on a Sunday morning. Trinidad culture, 3 days praise, long time. Somebody asks you, why? Why are you doing it? Why did mother do these things? Lord Vishnu says, oh child, who is there in this world that could fully describe this thing we are discussing? Prakriti? Who could do that? You put me in a position to speak, but I will try my best. I will describe to you as much as I have heard from your own father. Narad Muni is the son of Lord Brahma. Your father explained this. That pra, in that word, pra, it refers to superior, exalted, excellent. I'm reading from verse 5, chapter 1, book 9. For those people that are referencing or researching, please, verse 5. The definition of Prakriti is given here. Excellent, superior, exalted. That prefix pra means those things. The suffix kriti denotes creation. She is the superior, the most excellent creation or the creative process. The Devi, this goddess, who is the most excellent in the work of creation, Devi Prakriti. She is doing, maintaining, running creation. The energy behind it then. If this be a remote control for the AC unit, Prakriti would be the battery inside, allowing it to work. When I press the knob, the light comes on, something is happening over there. The battery that is allowing this to work, that is Prakriti, based on this definition. To come closer to her true nature, pra, Narad Muni, refers to sattvic gun and those types of qualities. The kra refers to rajogun and the t to tamogun. Satogun is the highest quality, clarity, no impurity. Rajo, intermediate, and tamogun is when we are considered to be without knowledge, filled with ignorance. And we need to be careful, you and I, that we are not lost. I call myself, follow me, I call myself Hindu. I call myself a devotee of Durga. But do I really know Mother? And I'm saying it for you to see it. All I know, I sit by the Bedi and I do puja, I offer my dar, I say a jap, I put up a flag. But that inside of me, there are some people that if I act in a particular way, I dance in a particular way, I am practicing, the part of Shakti or the Kaula part. But again, knowledge, the energy, if you cannot see her in terms of your choices, your decisions, then you're doing something, but are you doing it in Satogun or are you doing it in Tamogun because of ignorance? I could move this from here to here. That is the action. I'm doing something. Somebody say, why you do it? I don't know. The Pandit tell me to do it. The now tell me to do it. My Nani tell me to do it. The same action. Why you do it? Because if I put it here, Mother will be pleased because this has a purpose and this is why we just rest it here. Same action, but a different mode. She holds all of them. So when, with intelligence, the person does worship or does charity, does action to the Pradhan or to her in this main form, this Prakriti, she gains, they gain, that person gains her happiness, her blessing. O Narad, the state that is preceding of creation by pra and kri signifies creation. So the great Devi that exists before creation, Prakriti, the individual, the energy that is existing before creation begins, before everything starts to form. If Brahma is the creator, before he starts to do his job, Prakriti is that which exists before creation starts to manifest. Trees, flowers, people, animals, world, planet, galaxies, etc. Before all of that, she is there. So that when there is nothing, this energy is there. She is called Prakriti. That Param Atma with his yoga, his energy, the Mahashakti, decided at one point to divide himself into two pieces. That form, you'll find this also repeated in Brahmavaivat Puran. What is that? Paramatma, Krishna Bhagwan. Krishna is standing by himself alone. It is now time for creation. What happens? He decides to break his body, one Krishna, into two. From the right hand side of this form comes the male, who we know, me and you know, Krishna Bhagwan. On the left hand side is the Prakriti, female looking form that supports the male in his endeavors. Prakriti is the energy, the modus of Brahma, so that he gets in. Imagine me and you went in the kitchen, and I guess the children hungry, and what to cook today. And then something speaks inside of your head. For every cook watching me here tonight, you tell me what speaks to you to say, you know what, this morning we're going to make puri, and we're going to make fry aloo, we're going to make sada roti, we're going to make a feel for this. I feel, listen to the words I say there. I feel, what put that feeling inside of you? Where did that sensation? I think I will make tomatoes choker. I think we could buy doubles. I think we could go for a sandwich. I think. What is given that? Prakriti is the energy by which things are made, things are guided, things are done. If we want to use a word in this slok here, we are at slok 10. If you want to use the word to give inspiration, something has to be done. I wonder, the children are playing instruments tonight. I wonder what song I should play on my instrument. I feel I will try this. The pundit has to read. I wonder what I will read. I feel I will read this. I wonder if I should go to my relative's wedding. I think I'll go. Oh, you know what? I don't think I'll go. Something is guiding you. Something is ushering you to do this or the other. This or the other. And this is where, as Sanatanas, we really hold to the belief that Durga is constantly sitting on you, with you, in you, outside of you. Whether my eye starts to twitch, the second toe is longer than the big toe, different signs, kobos, scavengers are flying, you're heading to the airport, and as you step outside the door, a black kitten walks across from your left to your right side. Signals are doing my puja, pundit blowing the sank, and from a very hot, the worst type of temperature, a shower of rain, there's not a cloud in the sky. I don't know how that happens. Rain is falling. Mother is happy. Energy, signal, something is talking, guiding you. I'm dreaming, teeth falling out. Look out, trouble. Muddy water. Pundit, I dreamt the snakes were touching my foot in a dream. Trouble. Mother is guiding. Mother is playing. Mother is around you. Sometimes, what do we say in the kitchen in the morning? I going to cook fry. So it shows that there's a disconnect in our understanding, our visualizing, of where she is. In this part, he says that this Shakti is not separate from the Atma, from the Purusha, and we'll go into that word tomorrow night. Purusha, Prakriti. But this Prakriti is the highest energy that guides. And therefore, those yogis, those people that contemplate on her, go into her, go on her in their mind, in the manifestations this Maya, this energy has, when there's no more male and female. Sometimes people get so, my murti is so beautiful. My murti, I have a nice murti, you don't have an ugly murti. Suppose I was living in a dormitory. Suppose I was living in a place where it have no mandir, no murti. Can't I pray? This is why Hindus believe in the light, the energy. This is one aspect, but this is the true form of God. Meaning, no male, no female, no human, no fair, dark, no fat, thin, no tall, short. None of these labels that we put, but the energy that lives and powers everything. Truly, the energy, the battery that works in the control. So the Hindu understands this. And yogi, what does the word yogi mean? The person who is searching for God. When somebody uses that word, that is what it means. In this way, the person contemplates on what? The Diya light. The person contemplates on what? Like, let's say, for example, for those people that made the kalash with the coconut. Why a coconut? Inside the coconut, don't study the outside, the shape, the different variety, big or small. That is not important. Inside the coconut, as a seed, it has the potential energy to grow into a full plant. Potential energy, children. School children, potential energy. So the person, the Hindu is praying just as how there's a dear light sitting on the kalsa or inside the coconut. There is this life. I know this energy is there. Mother, I worship you. I do arati for you. I put flowers for you. Mother, I bow to you. For this reason, somebody asked me earlier today, we have this kalsa and we have this form, this mother sitting there. When we are finished with our vrat, could we break the coconut and eat the coconut flesh? Please remember, just like this murti, that coconut becomes part and parcel of the seed you have given for mother. There's a difference between what you are worshipping and the offering that you are making. The coconut in this example is the murti. It is the article by which I am bowing. Think what I'm saying, like this murti. Imagine we wish to eat prasad. Prasad is something that God touched, and because when I consume it, I will get blessing and benediction. Nobody says eat the murti. For the person that thinks I will crack the coconut and then I will eat out of that which I was worshipping and bowing and touching, and that is not prasad. You are mixing up murti or God's form and prasad. That is totally different. So if you've made that mistake, my advice to you is to ask for forgiveness. Prasad is something that is offered to the coconut. If let's say a banana, if you wish to have that, eat that, that's fine. My personal opinion, I was taught that when you give something to her, I'm just using this for children, I give this to mother. You know, we have the habit of keeping maybe one banana here and I'll keep one to share, cut, whatsoever. I personally, I was taught what you put here, what you give to the goddess, that's the goddess, that's hers. You can't go and take it back and ingest it. So we offer it, but we don't take it back to eat. So when I put what I can afford, maybe there are fruits in the season, things like that. It doesn't necessarily have to be something extravagant or something expensive. But what I give, and I'm explaining this for the purpose of answering a question. Now tonight, if you're looking on and you have questions, if you're looking at the repeat and you have questions, if you're looking on the YouTube and you have questions, if you're looking on TikTok and you have questions, because different social platforms have different age group, please send a message. Feel free. You have that avenue. And ask so that we can understand mother better. In your country, tell me how they do it. Please send me a message tonight and share this satsang, everybody. This Devi, the person who is seeking mother, understands that this is just one way. This is just a form. But there is more to her trueness. Trueness is the word I want to use. Her truth. Out of the will of Krishna, to create the world and start to drive the process of creation, his will guides everything. His will is in everything. That mole or everything, Prakriti, the energy of all, that great Devi, the controller of the universe, was created. And Brahma, with his Maya, started the process of creation. By her command came 5 forms from her body for the purpose of creation. For the purpose of what? Bestowing favor, grace to the bhakt or the devotee. When somebody says their prayer and offer their dar, help me understand. Let's say I'm a teenager. I don't know about prayers and I don't have that faith. I don't have the experience. And why are you bowing? Why are you offering flowers to get blessings, boy? Bow. Come on, young girl, say a prayer and bow properly. Do it the right way. Bend your head, close your eyes when you say the prayers. Why? Because I want favor. I want blessing. I want help at a minimum. How does she do it? Let's deal one by one tonight in our conversation as we seek to understand our mother a little more. Let's go together. As we do this verse, sing with me, everybody. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Durga Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Narayanaya Krishnaya Ganesh Mata Durgaye Shiva Rupaya Shiva Priya Narayani Vishnu ke Maya Purna Brahma Swarupini Narayanaya Krishnaya Paramatmaya Namo Nama Dharmaya Punanidhyati Yashu Mangal Dayani Sukha Moksha Harsha Datri Shokar Tidu Dukhanashani Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Shakti Rupena Samstita Namastasye 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 Namo Namah Ya Devi Sarvabhute Shu Shakti Rupena Samstita. Durga is the first form. The first form of this Prakriti, the mother of Ganesh, the lover, the loved one of Shiva. She is Narayani, the Vishnu's Maya, the form, the Devi attached to Vishnu, allowing him. When you hear from Markandeya Puran, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu, Vishnu Maiti Shabdita. Mother, you are the one who powers Lord Vishnu, allowing him. If we celebrate Sri Ram, if we celebrate Krishna, if we celebrate Parasuram, if we celebrate the incarnation of Lord Vishnu in whichever form, the Devi is the one who allows him the strength, the ability, the knowledge, the supremacy over bad. She gives him that. Mother, you are Durga. You are Purna Brahma. You are the supreme Brahman that allows Brahma to do his work. This eternal, auspicious Devi is the presiding deity of all devatas. Therefore, worshipped by all Brahma, devatas, munis, manush, she is worshipped by all. This Bhagwati Durga Devi, when she is pleased, destroys. Please listen and listen, follow. She destroys sorrow, pain, troubles of her bhakt or her devotees, those people that throw themselves on the ground or rest their head by foot. Why bow? Mommy, I hate to bow. Mommy, I can't bow. Mommy, me, I know what I'm bowing for. The person who takes refuge at her feet, she gives them dharma and dharmic guidance, allowing the person to figure out the trouble, what to do next. Imagine For just examples to paint the picture. Imagine as a young lady in a marriage and she's not happy, husband is narcissistic, dogmatic, abusive even. And the question is leave or don't leave. If I leave, I might live truthfully, but I worried about my child. And the person goes and rests their head by the Durga Murti. And somewhere the strength, the dream, the guidance, maybe the counselor, maybe the police, maybe somebody comes and mother is using their mouth to say the words that this lady needs to hear. Stop being a fool, get out. Stop this and get out for the safety, for the health, the mental health of your child and yourself. Get out. God is come in different form. God has his angels, we just say, right? Mother use people. Mother gives dharmic guidance, principles, how to do it, what to do next. Everlasting name and fame could come from mother just by pleasing her. Somebody asks you, why we just make the effort to get the arahu flowers? For people in those parts of the world where they make malpua, to shanti, to make mother happy. You'll see it oh, thank God we have different media now. The world is getting very small because as Hindus, we are sharing more and more tidbits of information. The colors associated to the forms, the names, what do these names mean? Excerpts from the different scriptures, Chandraganti, what is the history of this form? When did Kali Mata come? What is her purpose? And people who never had the knowledge are getting the knowledge. Somebody says, why do you make the effort of making a mala for mother? Or making all these recipes? Why? Because when I please her, everlasting name, fame, auspicious things, blissfulness, happiness, even mukti, final liberation, these things are coming because of the will of Durga. Durga gives me these things. She is the great refuge of the bhakt or the devotee that comes to her for devotion, for protection, when there is great distress in this individual's life, and the person with all sincerity and belief comes to her truthfully and surrenders themselves, she is the one that gives them safety from danger and calamity. In Trinidad, crime is out of control. For a small country, let's say roughly 1.4 million people, we have a very ridiculous murder rate. We have a high crime rate. And people sometimes feel as if it is despondent, they get dejected. What is the point praying? Trouble will come tomorrow. And this is where, with the knowledge of your Durga, how does Durga stand in my life? She keeps me safe. How does Durga protect me? She keeps me away from the calamity. So you see every day carnage on the road throughout the world, people get in accident. But it doesn't mean that I have to lose my life. I could get sick, but I could recover. And in these little moments, you see the blessing, the work of the Devi. In fact, O Narad, Durga Devi is verily the presiding Devta of the heart of Krishna, his highest Shakti. And this goddess of fire and light, she is omnipotent and resides always with Krishna. Now tonight, I have a personal problem when people are criticizing and condemning within the Hindu structure. When the Shivite attacking the Vaishnavite, when the Hare Krishna attacking what the Shakti guy is doing. And just as a point, listen to what it says, that the Devi is the heart of Krishna. That the Prakriti, for once and for all, let's put this to rest. If we are saying that Krishna is everything, how? If Krishna is everything, could there be better than and less than and greater than? And it's very confusing. Krishna is everything. We are echoing the sentiment. I'm reading Devi Bhagwat and I'm saying the same thing. But different people God made, and we hear about this in the Buddha discourse. Whilst Buddha is an incarnation of Lord Vishnu in the Hindu pantheon. Check yourself. Do you have a Buddha murti in your temple? Have you put up a Buddha flag? Because of that discourse, it shows why, in that the explanation, why we tolerate other religion, other, different faith, and all that. We don't condemn, we don't criticize. It believes that Sanatanism is you are part of that based on karma. You work for that knowledge. You work for these opportunities. And when a person has the clarity, God bless. When a person doesn't understand it, when a person doesn't get it, you don't exert hatred and attacks to make them think like you or pray like you or get that other people's way. That is not Sanatanism. That is not Hinduism. We don't recruit. We don't try to get more people to join our flock. A person becomes Hinduism by birthright. Birthright. Pandit, is there prayers I can do to become a Hindu? Nope. There's a prayer to get Diksha, to get the relationship with the Guru going. But Sanatan Dharma again says this is a life based on eternal principles. To form part of this clan, a person is born into that lineage, that family, or the opportunity to grow in it. If you would like to start to follow, there's no ritual. You could start to follow. Respect the cow, love elders, see God in everybody. Sitaram at a minimum. There are others. Start to live right. Don't just label yourself because I put up a red flag, a blue flag, a yellow flag. I'm a Hindu. Hinduism is not that. That is a sign of Hinduism. Devi Durga is part of that same Christian. Where does she come? From his left hand side. So is his right hand side better than his left hand side? For the person that is trying to say who Krishna is everything. If he is everything, then everything is him. And anywhere, if a person see him in the stone, if a person see him in the tree, if a person see him in the sky, boy, glad he's seeing him. Consider that. Don't criticize. Don't, that same Gita, for those people that like to reference our Hindu text to criticize, it says the man of knowledge, he lifts people up. Babe, I see you worshiping God inside a cup. But it have a better way. Worship him in the pen or the murti or the light. It have an easier way. It have a more practical way. Maybe if you use clean flowers or if you understand what I'm saying, don't jota the prasad or something like that, you could get more outcome and encourage the person to do better. You don't insult, incite hatred, practice prejudice, practice racial hatred, homophobia, transphobia, you name it, you know the world we living in, you don't propagate that and then say my way of seeing God that lives in everybody is better than your way. My God says he make everybody. So if the person is transgender, if the person is homosexual, pansexual, whatever, God make that. I didn't make the person. How could I judge the person? That's like in the days when people used to say all African race bad, all Chinese smart, all Indian this, all Jewish that. And those, we understand that racial, racial bias is wrong. But now you have gender bias. And we have to come out of that. We have sexual bias. We have to come out of that. And in doing it, we have to come out from spiritual bias. Spiritual bias, my way better than your way. Spiritual ego, I know this. And I could do that. I just do 100,000 jab every day, That ego is still not in control. Devi Mata is worshipped by all the siddhas. All the people that do different type of sadhana are worshipping her. And all, when pleased, she gives them different type of success or siddhi. The bhakta is praying for different things, and through her grace, she gains it. Where does this great Devi reside? She is the Buddhi. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Buddhi Rupe. You are the form Rupe. Your form is the Buddhi, the intelligence. You live in the intelligence of the person. You live in the sleeping, the ability to feel drowsy, the ability to slow down the heart rate, to go into sleep, to feel hungry, to feel thirsty, to have the understanding of a shadow, to cast a shadow, the energy to block the light and to hold the shadow. That is a feature of physical matter, and mother is there. Drowsiness, fatigue, to feel tired. The same person, the bone break in your foot when you go to gym and you have a leg day and you do all the exercise, and then you start to feel sore, and then it start to feel painful. When you get COVID and you felt body pain, you get the fever and you get the body pain, mother is the person that gives that sensation through the passage of nerve endings, the pain, kindness, the ability to have memory, the ability to bear pain. For all the ladies that made children, where did you get the strength to make this child, to hold this pregnancy, to feel sorry when you made errors, to think, if I was cooking the fryer, no, I just do this. When I was talking in satsang and I tell people here is add water to pumpkin. I make an error and I had to remember not to make that error again. I put the okra, I cut up the okra and I put it to soak in water. I say, all right, I will soak it a little bit before I cook it. And you know, we make slime and all kind of things. To learn from your errors, to enjoy peaceful music. Who makes you feel shanty, peaceful when you're listening to, for the people with ADHD and so on? How does brown noise help your brain? When children have hyperactivity, how does brown noise and that frequency, the vibration of the wave, the energy, the Devi, how does that translate into calmness of the head? Why in a different way? Why do you listen to these waves, the clashing of the waves when you cannot sleep? And somehow the calmness makes you sleep. For children, watch another example. You know, I remember when, you know, we, as children, all respect to everybody, you want to, number one, you want to pass water, you open the tap, and you're hearing the water running. I remember my mother used to go, psst, 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 think of the waterfall, and 1, 2, 3, your body responding now. Think about that. How does that sensation activate? Who is turning on your bladder? Who is saying, okay, relax now, water flowing? Think about how your bodies are an amazing thing, that the sound energy of the water running in the tap, thinking about the beach in your mind, or making that hissing sound that mothers make for children, cause your body now to relax in a different way. There is where mother lives. The ability to see beauty. You know, they say beauty is in the eyes of the beholder. I agree. But let's say in a newborn baby, let's say in a sunset, something about a sunset over the horizon, watching the cloud, the cover of the cloud and the color of the sky, something gives you a certain amount of tranquility. And this is where mother is working. The beauty, the flowers, the smell, the breeze in the savannah, that does something to you. And who is doing it? Mother's hand is right there, nourishing your body, giving you, whether conscious or unconscious, thoughts, feelings, emotions, regenerating your brain, calming you down, giving nourishment, and bringing about, because of this, revitalizing fortitude, prosperity. She is sung and praised in the Veda, in different suktam, in the Sastras, as Mahamaya, as the Natya, when we use these words, because she's doing all these things we just described. When you hear in the Chandi part, they say, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Buddhi Rupe, you are the intelligence. Shraddha Rupe, you are the ability. When somebody says, I am a Hindu, you have faith. Okay, you have faith. You have faith in something you never see. You have faith in something you hear about, but I never see it. Never see God. But I know if I get into an accident or I catch a chest pain, Om Namah Shivaya, Om Namah, faith. The energy to remember in the most difficult moment, in the most turbulent moment, to go to that God. That sensation or that thought, that is an example of the energy of Durga, the whole to faith. In reality, all the Shaktis of this universe is one, and they all come from the body of Krishna. So if you hear somebody say, Krishna is everything, this is where that comes from, that statement. All these qualities that are mentioned in the Ved come from him and through her. What is mentioned thereafter in comparative of the Ved, she has infinite qualities. Here are some of her other Shaktis, O Nara. The second Shakti of the Paramatma of the Prakriti is Padma or Lakshmi Devi. She is another form of the Sudhva Sattva or the highest Sattvic Gun. She is the presiding form of prosperity that carries out the blessedness of the will. When Krishna says, I bless you, the grace, let me say, Melene Sudama. Sudama came and he was with Krishna, and he had that moment and he spent the time with him, and Krishna says, oh my friend, so happy, he get the patch rice and he eat it and he accepted that. He tells in different discourse, he tells Draupadi, when I eat the universe is satisfied. And in that moment, Sudama brought the patch rice, and that chawal brought the joy to Krishna. He took it. When Sudama goes back, he sees opulence, palace now where there was a little, poor man's home. Now servants are receiving him, his wife is bedecked in jewels. Where does that change come from? Lakshmi Mata is the battery inside the remote control, power on. Krishna is saying, build a house, magic happen, gold, food, let everything go the way they want. Imagine you have the disease, you have a sickness, you're in the hospital, we have our worries. I don't know when my child will talk back to my Baba. Gita part 2. Have the body of Krishna in the Gita book 4. And by the grace or the Diksha of Krishna, the energy of Lakshmi, the consort of Lord Vishnu, same Krishna, Vishnu, you see togetherness, happiness, blessedness is coming. This Devi is very beautiful by nature. She gives the person the ability to control their senses. She is very peaceful in temper. She allows a person to have, the person who worships Lakshmi, how do you know you have the grace of Lakshmi Mata? Lakshmi Mata gives the person good mood, the ability to be in a happy temperament. All auspiciousness, they feel good. Imagine you walk through your house and you just feel so good when you reach home. Oh God, at home. I throw myself on my bed. I had a shower. I eat food by my kitchen table. I feel so happy. That sensation, that feeling that is inside of you, Lakshmi is active. Lakshmi is working. She's there. She's inside of you. She gives you the sensation as you reach by your front door. Ah, yes, God, Father, I reach home. What a long day. Oh, Father, thank you, I reach home. Oh, I see the children. The house full of noise. But oh God, I'm happy. That sensation is Lakshmi Mata. Some people don't have that. Some people as reach by the door, by the restaurant, the bag or the purse, they want to head back out because they're not comfortable. And the person says, you know what, Vastu Shanti Puja, something is needed. The house biting, we have no barakat, you can't feel comfortable here. Something needs to be done. You worship that mother and you make her feel so welcome so that anybody, because of where she is, that prosperity, people will want to come home. Children will be made in that home, husband and wife. Food will cook and the food won't spoil. Money will last. In these days, we need all the barakat we could get. And these little things are to help you get that. Where she is, freedom from greed, delusion, lustiness, anger, vanity, egoism, these things go. She is very devoted to her husband and to her bhakt, and the person who wins her benefit, her blessings, in the marriage it will have peace. In the devotion it will be sincere. A family that prays together, stays together. The ability to remain glued, in contact, even if they're living at a distance. Let's just say girls get married and they go off, and they may live separate, but the contact. Have you ever had the relationship? When we were in school, we were good friends. We don't see each other 6 months out of the year, but we talk. When we do talk, we talk as if we spoke yesterday. We talk as if no time has passed. Yesterday we were in a uniform and we were laughing at the same stupidness we were laughing 10, 20, 30 years ago. That sensation, that energy, that linkage that is unique to you and a sister, brother, or a friend, particular friend. It is not everybody. And what makes the difference is the grace of this Devi, that she allows that. Think about, as married people, your husband touch your hand, and something about his hand touching you. He is close to you. You smell him. You smell his perfume. You know he's there. Your paws start to raise. However, a stranger touch you. Why does man touching me for? Disgust, disdain, anger, scorn. Think what I'm saying is not the same. It's not everybody touch your hand going to cause your paws to raise. So what's the difference? Lakshmi, who is very dedicated to her spouse, gives that sensation, that energy of connectedness to your spouse, whether man to woman, woman to man, whatsoever. In this way, the person understands and gains a connectivity. God bless you if you have she grace. That before they even talk, you see how he do that face, he want to leave. Girl, my mind was on you, and I feel like you wanted a chocolate, so I passed through, go straight, and I know you like this chocolate, so I just thought about bringing this for you. I hear a month ago you was talking about shattering, so I went and I get the shattering. And inside the person now, this energy is guiding them in their actions, in their choices, in their likes, their dislikes, because of Lakshmi's presence, because of the mode that they want to win their spouse. They want to do nice for their spouse. They want to be honest, committed, etc. She is the resident Devi in the grains. For this reason, we offer grains predominantly in our prayer. You offer coconut in the fire. To the element, dear God, I put this Krsna upon. You also offer rice. You offer mung. You offer urdi. You offer different type of grains in various ways. For example, the pinda, you could think about Hawan, where you have the rice and other things, as I said. You could imagine 9 grains for Navgraha Shanti Puja. In many instances, the bower, where they're popping the dhan or the rice, or different grains are being patched, popped, and then burnt in the offering because of husband and wife coming together, bless them to have children. She is the life of the vegetation, the vegetables, the energy, the nutrition. What in this vegetable is going, the onion has plenty zinc, it will get inside the male and it will help with the testosterone development. Sperm will be developed, and for the person that wants to father children, they will be able to do that. The person that is fighting the loss of hair, the onion, raw onion with the high zinc content will help this by the grace of Lakshmi Mata. For this reason, nutrition and the ability to absorb nutrients also is assigned to this form of Lakshmi Mata. She does reside in Vaikunt as Mahalakshmi, and she represents chaste. And the person who does her service will gain the blessing and the prosperity. Whether they live in a palace or their home, Griha Lakshmi comes with them. Where they are doing work, where they are working, where money is saving, Lakshmi is there. Lakshmi is always with them. All the lovely things that bring beauty into this world. Imagine somebody bring flowers for you. They plant flowers in the yard. Why? You're trying to enhance. When you decorate your altar, when you see somebody is doing a puja and they're putting flowers all over and they're decorating the murti and so on. Wonderful. Why? Lovely things, things of beauty are where these beautiful things are, where Lakshmi Mata resides. For this reason, when you go to puja, yagya, wedding, don't we decorate the place? Why, Baba? This is why. To invoke in a different way the prosperity or the energy of Lakshmi Mata. But you may not see a Lakshmi Murti hanging from the wall, but in different ways they are calling her, please come. The fruits, didn't we just say the fruits? The vegetables, we are hanging it up now on a string. See where your God is, the mango tree, where they hang up mango leaves. In South India, they do it a lot. In some parts of Guyana and Suriname, Trinidad too, you will see the mango leaf, but we don't know why mango leaf. Mango leaf is a form of Lakshmi. And they're calling this energy, this vibration to come in the Yagyashala, in the Mandap. Please stand here and allow this place to be energized by your presence, Mother. Devi, in this way, makes the place very charged. She brings beauty in everything. She makes, when you do the prayer the correct way, Have you ever been to a Yagyashala and because the puja start, the incense, the sense, the sights, the smell, the sound, the ganda bajawin, something about this place makes you, as you walk in, you feel it in your hand. Oh, I came here and I felt as if mother was here. She's alive, she's dancing, using language people. What are they talking about? The person is calling mother. Ma, I see you. I see you in the beautiful. So I pick flowers and I decorate. If you have your murti, but you don't take the time, if it's plastic flowers, think what I say, to put in a little vase, I wipe down the dust, I get rid of the dirt and the filth of everyday life, and I beautify my prayer area. That beautification is calling Lakshmi. Please, in the form of the prosperity lady, live here, stay here. When you do this, glory, fame for the person who maybe is an artist, a dancer, singer, whatever, the person who is a politician trying to get the glory, the sportsman, they gain that by doing these little things. Goodness, people who are doing pious work, karmic work, by doing her work, she will help you succeed. You will get through. You will get the weather you're looking for. You want to do wedding. You're praying for good weather. Okay, make sure and call and get her support, and you will get what you're looking for because she gives it. She is the lady of the trade. She sits in the scale, just as a person would do puja for her here. I remember years ago in this sugar plantation when in Trinidad we had scale. We as a pundit, as imam and Christian priest, we used to have to go and bless the scale. But who are you, pundit? Who are you calling in the mechanical mechanism? There's no murti there. Lakshmi is the lady of trade for the balancing, for the fairness, for the energy of, when I sell, you'll go in many Indians, so let's say you go in Patel Brothers or whosoever, and you hear them say, oh, this is my first sale. Please, no money. Or this is my first sale, and you see them bow to their money, people from East India. Um, the Lakshmi, she is the goddess of trade. The mercy of the saint. When a person says, I'm a criminal, I am wounded, I'm hungry, but I am a criminal. The saintly person shows mercy. Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Daya Rupaina. You are mercy. She gives the person a sense of, oh, I had to help. Somebody begging you for $1 side the road, but I know it may not be genuine. I know this could be fake. Somebody else might say, don't help them, don't have no, that is real. And somewhere inside the saintly person is, I don't care. What them do, they do. I just doing my part. I feel so sorry. I see a child begging me $1. Krsna, but that sensation is caused by the presence of Lakshmi. Those people engaged in doing good for others, Seva, she brings happiness. She brings prosperity to those people that please her in doing those type of good. This is why I personally practice so much and encourage you constantly. Food drive, can drive, clothes drive, hospital, you name it, we do it. Why? Because there has to be a connection between the life that we are living, the choices that we make as based here, the seva that we are doing to gain the blessings of God. Whereas if we only study over parasad, then you don't put a big belly like mine. You might have some blessing, but you're throwing away a lot of opportunities in your day-to-day life. If Sanatan Dharma is your grace and your blessing, then your life has to become part and parcel of it. And the person who walks away from sinful mistakes, sinful activity, that person is living in the good graces of Lakshmi Mata. She is worshipped by all. In every prayer, in every worship, she is worshipped. And that form of Lakshmi, the second form of the Prakriti, of this, this creative. So we had the separation, just to go over. Krishna is one, separated. Durga came, and from Durga now separate Lakshmi and Durga. Now the third form, this form is called Saraswati. She is the goddess of endless learning. Have you ever heard people say you're never too old to learn? How come? How come is it that I have age, I have experience, and I'm still learning? How is it that things are being advanced, the iPhone, the phone, the WhatsApp, the TV control, the way you could sign up the air condition unit or the heater to the to the to the internet. You could sign up the printer along. Then you had to go and connect the hard drive, the hardwired computer to print something. Now you could do it wireless. The television, the quality, the this, the that, and you name it, the refrigerator, the everything. You're learning, you're learning, you're learning, you're learning. Every day you wake up, you don't know something. Saraswati is at work. She is all about learning. She resides in the body or the medha, the intelligence, in the heart of the individual, guiding their talk. She is the power in the person who is composing. Where is she active? The person who is composing poetry, songs. Another word for poetry is like the songs you listen to, the lyrics. What gives the person the inspiration? Saraswati. She is active in the person who has memory. And let's say, like, unfortunately, somebody who has Alzheimer's or short-term memory loss, she's deficient. The energy is not there. Guiding the individual to pray. She is the wit of those people that could use language. Let's say you're doing picong, you can react. You know, somebody insult you, you have a butter. Some people have that wit. Some people have the grasp of language and orator. They could use vocabulary very good. Some people can learn multiple languages. Some people can't. When you want to advance in that way, you serve her, you get her blessing, you'll have your desire. She gives the power to understand real meaning, intrinsic meaning, external meaning. Various difficulty, Siddhantic works are allowed to be conquered with her support because the person understands what to do. She explains and makes a person understand difficult passages in simple words so that the brain can absorb and assimilate. She is the remover of doubt. When a person does not understand, they don't understand a concept, let's say in the world of science, in the world of work, understand how to connect two electrical lines by a code or something, and then you see it and then you understand it, and then that doubt is no longer there because now you are confident in what you are doing. The act of writing books, the act of arguing, let's say a lawyer in a court, the judge making a tough decision, the politician making a tough decision. When you are singing the songs of music, she is the timing in the rhythm, in the tal of music. She holds the balance in the union between vocal music, instrumental music. She's the goddess of speech. She's the presiding deity of knowledge. She gives the person the ability to argue, to dispute a point, give you the strength and the confidence to rise up and say something. This Devi is peaceful and holds in her hand the veena, the instrument, books, and she represents sattwicness. She's a very pure form, very always dressed in white, as if she's wearing a ice-clad mountain around her body. They offer her white sandal piece, white flowers, kunda type flowers. She's always chanting the names of the Paramatma, Shri Krishna, using the beads, sometimes of different pearls or different gems. If you look at her hand, you'll see one with beads. The bestower gives the person who does vrat, the person who fasts without water on a Monday, for example, just an example, and you feel you start to see change in terms of your ability to understand the work, to do the job, to change your thinking, to walk out from an addiction. She does that. She gives you that. She is the siddhi and the vidya. She is the ability to pass. The siddhi mean the benefit. You have you win, you get through. The vidya is how to get through. So she helps you in the process, and when you make the achievement, you get it, you gain it, you have it. She gives you that. She grants success to all that approach her and work in a diligent, honest way. What is recited in the Veda about this third Devi, this third Shakti, form of the Prakriti, Saraswati, is given here. Now I describe to you, in accordance with the Veda, the fourth form, that which is called Savitri Devi. She is a Devi that is described as Tej. We have a lot of fixation with fire. For example, why do you shave the coconut like this? It looks like the deer light. Why do you wrap the coconut that you're offering in the fire in a piece of cloth? Because it looks like the deer light. We have a lot of light fixation in our prayer. Even the coconut now, we want to make it look like. There are people who will take hardi and paste the coconut on the outside when they're worshiping or they use, and the reason for that is it looks like the light. She is represented as somebody who is as if her body is stage of fire. She looks very red, glowing. She represents the person who, when japping Gayatri mantra, the person is removing the sins, the tendency to come out of bad karma or a bad experience via good karma, the person sanskar, washing away the sins of your past, clearing your, it is able, you are able to overcome past karma, you get forgiveness. Savitri Devi gives you that. When a person goes to pilgrimage, they have Ganesh Baba, Durga Mata, you're getting ready to do Visarjan coming up, and you see the people walking on the road. I'm going to walk to every step I make towards this Yagna, so much janam of sin is being burnt away by her grace. Who is the worker? Okay, you walk the road, you have to get some blessings. You didn't walk the road, okay, you're going to miss out. You eat the parasad, take some blessings. You did this activity, you did Gayatri Jap every morning, you did Gayatri Havan in your puja, you have to have this blessings. The person who sits down to do Jap and they are whispering volume gains her blessing. And by touching various places, tirat, pilgrimage, going on yatra, the person gets the purification of past sins by the grace of this fiery Shakti called Savitri Mata. The whole world is purified of what? Purified of what? Nobody bathed now? Purified upon it from past karma. The sins in this wheel of sansar, what is binding and holding down the person from becoming free and going to liberation, finding God, is the sins that is holding you an idol. So who is burning away all these attachments and all these, well, you do bad, so bad will come. You do good, good will come. But you had to stay here and work out that karma. Savitri, via things like Gayatri Jap, free the soul so that they could become free of karmic ties and they go back to God. Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai. Now, he says, listen, Narad. Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Sarva Yukta Cha Somya Gyam Munini Gaura Ravyantah Vaman Garbha Swarupascha Guna Teja Swayam Yate Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu, the fifth form of the Prakriti. Radha Devi, Radhika Devi, the presiding Devi of the five pranas. She is the life of all. She is the dearest form to Sri Krishna. She is highlighted as beautiful and superior to all the different Prakriti because of her closeness, because she's attached to Krishna. She dwells, listen, where does she dwell? She dwells in everything. She is the one who makes a person have saubhagyam or good fortune, good luck. Her glory is infinite. She is the wife. This is why, where does she live? Left hand side of each person's body. Why am I touching left hand, the right hand? The Devi live here. Together, my spouse on the left hand side. Together we are worshipping. As it were, Shri Krishna and she is never separate. And they are not one, Krishna is higher and she is inferior, but they are equal. She is the highest of the high. And for this reason, although we have discussed the Krishna Lila discourse where because of the strap of Sudama, do you remember that discourse? Where Sudama tells her, Radha Devi, you will have to live 100 years upon the earth away from Krishna. Beside that, this is why you will still see in the Radha movement, Radhe Radhe, Radhe Radhe. Why are we saying these things? Why are people, worshipping her in the Radha Madhav, in the Radha Society, different organizations throughout the world? Radha Radha, you walk in Vrindavan now, tonight. You may not hear Rukmini Krishna. You may not hear Satyabhama Krishna, but you will hear Radhe, 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 Japo, Radhe Sham, Radha, Govinda, Radhe Sham. Why Radha? Because she's eternally attached to him. Follow me? This lady brings fortune and bliss. She causes a person to be highly respected. When somebody is striving and doing well in their marriage, especially a lady, but it happens to men too, you gain a different decorum, respect when you are doing it right. Or you're married 20 years now, wow. Or that's your wife, wow. Or you're married, okay, we have to maintain our regard because she's married. That lady who is living in that upstanding, in that modest, in that straightforward, listen to the words I'm saying, straightforward, I am committed to one person, that's my focus, and because of that we have to have respect for her. She's spoken for, she's married. That difference in terms of how you approach this person is because of the presence of Radha on her body. This Devi is the presiding deity of the Ras Leela of Krishna's circular dance, the mandal that is offered to him. So when you have different offerings, different celebration, you hear about Garba dance and you hear about Ras Leela dance. This Devi is being conjured even in the dance too. Listen to this one. She is the lady that gives the individual a jovial nature, a humorous wit. When you see, let's say we've all had friends or that one relative, no matter what this person said, they could make you laugh. And because of that, you enjoy the company. There are some people that make fools out of other people. They embarrass, they hurt, they harm with their words. Ponder you say how fat you're looking, boy. Or the person can, in a very innocent way, say something that would make you feel so comfortable, you can't stop laughing, you're red, your cheek hot, and you want to know, boy, what it is you just be talking about. Anything you say, you can make me laugh. And because of this tendency and characteristic of a person who has a good sense of humor, not that they are making light or laughing at people when they're in pain or because of, the body different, that's insult. Not that, but the person that make you laugh is such a blessing to be in your company because I enjoy our conversation. And that sense, that ability, that gift, Radha Mata, because she loves to laugh. Her abode is Golok, and from here she gives blessings and benediction to all the worshippers, all those devotees that seek her and Krishna's blessing. She brings a person. If you've ever had a moment, let's say in the wedding, you saw your relative or somebody you love cry, or you went to pray, Shri Guru Charana Saru, and the tears start to flow. That moment of excessive joy, rust, the overflowing of joy, the overflowing of emotion, and you just want to dance. If you ever try to understand why, when you go to a Hare Krishna temple or a Radha temple, and you see people with their hands like this and they're dancing, and they're going and they're lost, they become so fixated in that spinning. You see it in different religions outside Hinduism, where they are dancing so they lose sight of everything. They're not studying who next to them. And me and you will sit down next to each other in the mandir and we're watching everybody kind of kotai to see where they're wearing, where they're doing, who's singing, who here. When I say my mantra, not these people. These people have become so engrossed in their prayer that they started dance. They started dance. She's called Nidakara. She's without form, no particular form. She's dwelling in everything and everybody. And we see her. When you worship her, when you work with her, her devotees get a different type of joy. For the person tonight looking on, and I know I'm running close to time, for the person that is suffering from postpartum depression, between me and you, if you have anxiety, if you have depression, this is where mother lives. Mother is living in the joy that you need. I'm in a relationship, I'm in a dead-end job, I have children problems, but I'm recovering from a loss. I'm divorced, somebody died, and I'm lost. Then, sit down and contemplate God. God is Radha Devi. listen to her chanting and train yourself. Look for her, find her. And when you start to scrape the surface and you start to go into her mahima, into her glories, and you're meditating on her, he says this is why pundits read about the greatness of Radhika Devi, because as it is described in the Ved, this form of the Prakriti gives to the creation the ability to feel contentment, happiness, joy, blissfulness. Sometimes you and I, our young today, are searching. When you see people, oh, why would you try? Why are you experimenting with fentanyl? Why are you trying the different cough syrup? And why do people do these things? Could it be they are looking for something? What could they be looking for? I want to escape my stress. I want to escape my marriage, this child. Ugh, the loss of this child, the loss of this loved one, the loss of I don't know what to do for money. I don't know how I go in and pay the bills. I cannot admit I don't know what to do. And I'm looking for some happiness. I'm looking, if you know somebody like this, please leave me a message. If this is talking to you tonight, please send me a message. Share this satsang. There are many people who need this. This is why pundits read these things, so that you understand where mother lives. And the person who has gained or gains from the chanting, offering of flowers, prasad, what you know for Navratri, to Radha Mata or to her in her time, person gains joy, happiness, blissfulness, contentment. The Munis never see her. Her clothing is different, ornaments are different, but she is the person. When a person wants to gain the way, the pathway of Krishna, if Krishna is the Mukti, Kriparaj, the God of forgiveness, and he gives Mukti, Radha is the giver of Bhakti towards Krishna. Seva in his name. She bestows benediction and blessing based on the person's approach to Krishna. Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. Tomorrow night, we will continue with more about this form. It says here that in the Varaha Kalp, when Lord Vishnu was in the Varaha form, Radha manifested upon the earth as the form of Vishrabhanu. And by her touch, happiness, just by her touch, just by her presence, the one that lives in the chest of Krishna, brings about happiness. If a person should only worship her, if a person should only sing her name, that happiness, that purification of what? Purifying. Purifying is getting rid of filth and dirt, right? We mop and wipe, we purify. Purify the pain, the hurt, the suffering, the hardship, you name it, the bad dreams. It is when Vishwabhanu was there that Vishnu is allowed in the Varaha form to be successful. For this reason, the fifth form of the Prakriti is referred to and is dominated by the energy of Radha. Every female in this universe sprung from the body of Radha. She is the one, she is the promoter of the female force. She is the lady of ladies, Radhika Devi. This is, O Narad, this is what I have described to you, is what is called Prakriti. From here, and this is where we will continue tomorrow night, he says from here, this Prakriti started to subdivide. And we'll go into it tomorrow night when Mother had taken different forms so that different types of activities could get done. And I'm explaining these things so that as you are listening, you would be able to understand the workings of Mother. How does Mother encompass your life? How does she hold you? And if somebody comes and says, oh, I'm going to the mandir, and the Baba with the good self say, you know what, tonight, if you would like to offer a fruit, we have fruits. If you would like to offer a flower, if you would like to do arti for her, for the person, and I want you to answer this question. If you've listened to anything I've said and the role Mother plays in your life in terms of joy, bliss, happiness, health, etc., in these times, when the person makes the decision, I am not getting up to do the arti, I am not going to offer fruit, I am not going to fast, I am not going to temple, I am not going to do anything. Will you call that? What do you see when, because husband and wife vex, husband say, you know what, I'm going to show you. Today's Diwali, I'm going to need chicken today. I'm going to corrupt our prayer and throw away the Lakshmi, the opportunity to have all these good things, this energy that is flowing in different ways. The Durga is not right, but you know what, I'm going to throw away because I know I will live forever. Keshava about tomorrow. I don't know about you. I'll throw it away. I'll do it next time. What do you say to that? When children, I'm saying children, when children make these mistakes. However, Sanatan Dharma shows that an opportunity is being given to you, whether in the temple, in this case online, for you to use your flowers, your hands, your voice, your ability to cook, your feet to walk, to make the mala, something, to please the goddess. So as we have described tonight, you could gain the benediction, the benefit that we all need. Maybe things are going good now, but you don't know what tomorrow will bring. Sickness, difficulty, hardship in some one way or the other. For this reason, the person endeavors to please Ma, to keep her happy. Mother, please watch what I do there. And just as we said in the beginning, there's no devil in Hinduism, but there's a Durga. And we don't want Mother to be unhappy with we. We want you to be happy with me. So Mother, you know what? I made this mala for you. I made this prasad for you. And karma says, how I give is how I get. So I'm offering you sweet things. Bless me with sweet times. Bless me with happy times. Bless me with healthy times. Bless my home that my children reach home safe. Nobody gets kidnapped. Nobody has no disease. Nobody's going to die. I have to go for a checkup. Bless us that there is no bad prognosis. Bless us, dear God, that we have many anniversaries, no divorce. What do you say to somebody who throws away that opportunity? That is one you have to answer for me tonight. Tonight, at this point, I want to pause my discourse. We've reached verse 62, chapter 1 of book 9 of Devi Bhagwat, where Lord Vishnu is describing Prakriti. Tonight, I hope in doing this discourse, you have understood that word and how Mother works, how Mother acts, how Mother activates around you. The concept that she only lives in Murti, this is her only form, is very limited. If we were saying the passage from Markandeya Puran, Ya Devi Sarvabhuteshu Durga Rupe, Mother, you are Durga, good. But then when the other verses come, Daya Rupe, forgiveness. Daya, mercy. Shama, forgiveness. Mother Yadevi Sarvabhuteshu, Shanti, the ability to be peaceful, peace, to enjoy peacefulness, to have sleep, to have children, to have health. Mother, you are all these things, not only this form. So when you see the moments, you see somebody celebrate their birthday and you hear the person say, oh God, Mother, thank you for today, thank you that I get to celebrate this achievement, thank you for the certificate, thank you for the job, dear Mother, I'm in the car, bless me to reach safe, thank you Mother. I am literally, as a Sanatanist, practicing the principle that God lives here, there and everywhere. It's just that we say it sometimes, but we do not see it. We miss she. And the only form you hold on to is this physical form, the murti. So there are people from other race and religion that might want to come and take a sledgehammer and mash you up, as they did in different times when they invaded India. But you know what, friend? You could mash up this murti, but you cannot mash up my Durga. Many people invaded India and they tried to conquer Hinduism. But how many thousands of years happened? And it never happened. But if you allow Durga to be conquered because of your ignorance, if because in your home we don't practice anything or we don't do anything because of ignorance, then she's going to fade away. Then there's no interest, there's no puja, there's no practice, there's no admission that, you know what, she's the one who gives me faith in God. She's the one who gives me commitment in marriage. She's the one who allows me to have nourishment in my body. When I eat, I get all the minerals and micronutrition that I need to live. And when there's a deficiency, I need to speak to her to get back equilibrium. Then there's none of that. then the Sanatan Dharma, then the eternal principle died at your address. That principle is no longer alive. That principle is lost. If this Navratri be a fight, commemorating a fight of this Durga, let it be tonight that Durga is fighting the ignorance, the demon of ignorance in your life and in your home. If the demon be ignorance, if the demon be lethargy, if the demon be laziness, if the demon be greediness, because I don't want to fast, I don't want to pray, I don't want to make time, let Durga win in your life, in your home, in your family. Shri Adi Shakti Mata Ki Jai. I hope you enjoyed the satsang, everybody. I enjoyed doing this. It reminded me of COVID days. Spending time with you tonight. I have Sachin and Dia playing violin and sitar, running the computer system. I hope it sounded well. Please send me a message if there was any improvement to be made. If you have any questions, if you're watching this on the repeat, those of you on the YouTube channel, please remember, if you're not a subscriber to my YouTube channel, please join and subscribe so that you could get the satsangs, you could get these different discourses at your disposal. Allow us to propagate God's worship and God's dharma, God's glory. Subscribe today. Share the satsang for your friends and loved ones who need the clarification about Mother, as we serve to understand her and her role in this universe, in our lives, better and better. I hope you enjoyed this satsang, everybody. I did enjoy spending this time with you. God bless you. And we continue tomorrow night. So I want to hear from you. WhatsApp me. If you have questions, one-on-one, I'm here. Send me a messages, like and share. And look forward to tomorrow night as we will continue in our discourse from Devi Bhagwat and Puran. Everybody, God bless you. Have a safe night. For those people viewing from Durban, from Mauritius, from Fiji, welcome to our satsang. I hope you enjoyed it. I know you were in a different time zone. So good morning, good afternoon for some. Enjoy the day. God bless you. For those of you getting ready to pack up and have a sleep, enjoy your nap. For those of you that are waking because we were live, and it's very late where you are, you know who I'm talking to. Go and get your rest now. It's over. Until tomorrow. God bless you. I love you all. Sitaram from me and Mommy Baba. God bless you. Enjoy your Navratri. It's coming to a close. And we will see each other again tomorrow night. Sitaram, everybody. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva tvameva bandhuscha sakha tvameva tvameva vidya dravinam tvameva tvameva sarvam mama deva deva tvameva sarvam Mama Deva Deva. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Together everybody, Prem Sablo Mahapati Mahadeva ki Jai, Bhavana Sudha Hanuman ki Jai, Shri Adi Shakti Mata ki Jai, Vindravan Bihari Lal ki Jai, Satya Sanatan Dharma ki Jai. Tonight as I leave, I just want to say a special Sitaram and Mother's Grace to Aaron Ali, my godson. I know he's in the temple night after night. Son, I'm watching and I'm blessing you from me and your godmother. God bless you. Keep up the good work and we'll talk to you soon. God bless your family. Keep good. Everybody, till tomorrow. Sitaram. Bye-bye.